So the Celtics make easy work of a Victor Oladipo-less Pacers. Now, Boston's second-round opponent will likely be the Bucks, who can close out the Pistons tonight. Max, I heard you just a moment ago when we were talking about the Raptors, and you said something interesting. I think you said you gave them a puncher's chance against the Warriors.
Sure.
So now I got to ask you, after what Boston has done, are the Celtics best suited to take down the Warriors from the East?
Not best suited, although on paper when the season began, I thought probably they were if they got there. Even though I liked the Raptors over them, I thought stylistically they have Kyrie leading them and other guys who with upside who could match up well. And it's nothing against the Celtics. I still think that they can reach some version of their potential. This playoffs, we're starting to see them gel. Nothing against the Celtics. And I ain't even going to take my Raptors, which were my preseason pick. Ladies and gentlemen, do you see what the Freak is doing in Milwaukee? Do you see the team they surrounded him with? Let me just run this down for you real quick. Because they traded for Mirotic, who's still not physically right, so Connaughton's getting his minutes, who is a baller, who's an athlete. Bledsoe, an athlete. I'm not even going to talk about those two guys on this team. Budenholzer surrounded the Greek Freak with, let's do it position by position, Brogdon. This is assuming Brogdon's health. 50, 40, 90. 20 points a game, and he plays defense. Steph Curry with Boogie on the court. There was something recent. I think Habistro had it, Stephen A. Steph Curry, his statistical profile is Brogdon with Boogie on the court, meaning he's not as good as he normally is. But Brogdon is essentially Steph Curry when Boogie's on the court. Brogdon's really, really good, and he can shoot it. Stop me when I get to a guy who can't shoot the lights out and play defense. Middleton, because that's the two if the Freak is playing the three. Mirotic would be the four, who's an underrated defender and can obviously shoot. And Lopez plays the five, who can shoot the lights out for a five, takes like 6-7 a game, hits them at a good clip, and can defend the rim. Where's the weakness? And if you need someone else to create off the dribble and get you penetration and also defend, I mentioned Bledsoe. And I think the Freak is the best player in the game, Antetokounmpo. It's nothing against the Celtics, Stephen A. It's nothing against my pick, the Rockets. It's here comes Milwaukee. They have the best chance out of any team in the East to beat the Warriors.
Well, what I think is important for our viewers to recognize is the fact that I'm not disagreeing with your breakdown of what Milwaukee brings to the table. My only issue is that just like you could sit up there and say you need to see what Harden does in the playoffs, I need to see what Milwaukee does in the playoffs. As far as I'm concerned, Max, the Milwaukee Bucks have had a first-round bye. Blake Griffin didn't play the first two games, and even though he played the third game, let's not talk about the Detroit Pistons. They're just not on the level of the Milwaukee Bucks right now. As far as I'm concerned, the Milwaukee Bucks had a bye, and one could argue the same when it comes to the Boston Celtics because Indiana didn't have Victor Oladipo, who we wish a speedy recovery to after his Achilles tear, or the knee injury rather. But here's the reality of the situation. The reason why I refuse to jump off the Boston Celtics bandwagon and I refuse to designate another team better suited to compete with the Warriors than anybody else in the Eastern Conference, one of the reasons why is because what they did in the first round is what I've been waiting for from them all season long. You know, remember, I've been very, very public about my comments that, Boston's coach, Brad Stevens, made a huge mistake by just inserting Gordon Hayward into the starting lineup at the beginning of the season. That divided the team to some degree. Yeah, they went out of court and played together, and it's impossible to root against Gordon Hayward, but make no mistake about it, a lot of people were put off about that because Gordon Hayward wasn't ready. Everybody knew it, and he had no business doing that because it really sent the team in the wrong direction. Having said all of that, we fast forward to now. That's all gone. That's water under the bridge. And what we're looking at a Boston Celtics squad right now and what they're doing. Kyrie Irving, 42% from three. Jason Tatum, 53% from three. Gordon Hayward, 44% from three. Jaylen Brown, 42.9% from three-point range. When we look at it from that perspective, and Morris at 35% from three-point range, a Boston Celtics team that's hitting perimeter shots, particularly the threes, can compete with anybody in the Eastern Conference because they have the youth and the athleticism and the closer in Kyrie Irving when necessary to pull it off. And that is why I'm not jumping off the Boston Celtics bandwagon.
I'll tell you what, as bad as the first round of these playoffs have been, they've been boring. No LeBron, obvious outcomes of the series. That's how good this second round's going to be. You got four like Titans in the East going at it now. Even the Sixers, who were kind of discounting, you can't put it past them. I don't believe in them yet, but you can't put it past them. They have that kind of upside on their top-end talent. And even in the West in the second round, we're going to get Golden State and Houston. Do you know how epic this second round of the playoffs is about to be?
Wait.
It's about to be epic. It's
Max,
going to be the best second round in years.
Max, I just heard this from you, so I can do your rankings. You said, with all due respect to your Rockets, and you also put the Raptors behind the Bucks. So you have the best chance in the entire NBA being given to the Bucks to take down the Rockets.
No,
I mean,
give
the
Warriors. I give the Rockets the best shot.
Okay, so Rockets 1.
Rockets 1. In the East, it would be Bucks 1, Raptors 2, Celtics 3.
And all of those follow the Rockets in order after that? And
Correct.
Stephen A., you made the qualification of the East. When you said the Celtics' best chance to take down the Warriors, you said in the East. The Celtics behind the Rockets in your pecking order as well?
Correct. Correct.
All right, there we have it. So, Max, you go Rockets, then Bucks, Raptors.
Correct, Celtics.
Yep.
And I don't give the Sixers.
Everybody's saying
really
Rockets
shot.
number 1, and then it's a disagreement on the East. Okay. All right, we got it, guys. We got your ranking. Now we can hold you to it.